Imagine a single foreign corporation managing the most sensitive data in your country: your medical history, your military's targeting coordinates, police misconduct files, and the internal database of the central financial regulator. By 2026, the British state has integrated Palantir Technologies, an American firm originally backed by the CIA's venture capital arm, into its core architecture. It is run by CEO Alex Karp. Over the last 6 years, Palantir has built a public sector footprint in Britain north of £500 million. Their software now sits inside the operational layer of the NHS, the Ministry of Defence, the Metropolitan Police, and the Financial Conduct Authority. While these agencies exist to provide care and security, Palantir's leadership has championed militant AI power and publicly remarked that the NHS makes people sick. Co-founder Peter Thiel has even expressed skepticism about whether freedom and democracy are compatible. This procurement represents a transfer of national infrastructure to a private corporation with a worldview many elected officials find alarming. We are witnessing a shift in who controls the logic of the British state. The process began in March of 2020. The country was locked down, protective equipment was missing, and the NHS was in a severe crisis. That vulnerability created an opening. Palantir approached the Department of Health, offering its data platform for a nominal fee of exactly £1 for 3 months. By offering the software at this price, they bypassed the rigorous competitive tendering rules usually required for government contracts. This strategy relies on vendor lock-in. When an institution starts using a new system, the data is reformatted to fit it, and senior managers begin relying on custom dashboards. By the time the formal procurement process catches up, institutional muscle memory has formed, making it technically difficult and expensive to reverse. Once the dependency was established, that £1 arrangement expanded. By November 2023, it evolved into a £330 million contract to build the health service's central data layer. These trials are strategic foothold acquisitions designed to sidestep standard procurement processes and secure a permanent place inside public infrastructure. Securing these contracts also involves a systematic use of the political revolving door. In 2025, 4 senior officials from the Ministry of Defence left public service and immediately took up positions at Palantir. This group included the Director of Industrial Strategy, who had just helped shape the UK's defence approach to AI. Months after these officials transitioned to the private sector, the Ministry of Defence awarded Palantir a £240 million contract, using an exemption to bypass competitive tender. This pattern of access extends to the highest levels. Public reporting places the Prime Minister at Palantir's headquarters in early 2025, alongside Lord Mandelson. The massive direct award contract arrived later that same year. Public oversight is effectively neutralized when the government officials meant to regulate tech vendors transition into becoming their employees. Once the software is embedded, its scope often expands. In late April, the Metropolitan Police deployed Palantir to audit its own officers. The Met used the software to monitor the geolocation and working habits of officers without their knowledge. The contract for this analytics layer was reportedly priced just below the £500,000 threshold that would have triggered scrutiny by the mayor's office. There is also a technical risk in the architecture. The platform sold to the NHS is designed to be directly interoperable with the platform sold for military intelligence. This allows for simple, drag-and-drop movement between health data and surveillance tools. While the government claims health records are protected by pseudonymization, the Information Commissioner's Office views re-identifying individuals from this data as technically possible. With a unified architecture in place, the technical barrier between hospital administration and police surveillance essentially vanishes. Tools sold for one purpose can easily pivot into another. Ministers frequently insist that the data stays in the UK, but that statement is substantively incomplete because of the US Cloud Act. This law legally compels American-headquartered firms to surrender data to U.S. authorities, regardless of where the servers physically sit. As a U.S.-incorporated entity, Palantir is subject to U.S. law, which overrides British legal jurisdiction. This dependency is forming even as the national platform struggles. Internal analysis of the pilot at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital showed no meaningful difference in theatre efficiency, while local trusts like Greater Manchester are successfully using domestic, open-source alternatives. The 2027 contract break clauses for the NHS and the Ministry of Defence represent the last available off-ramp to reverse this integration. If the British state does not exit these contracts now, it risks permanently outsourcing its operational logic to a foreign entity. Structural influence in 2026 is secured through a procurement document and a free trial.